Hey, your friendly neighborhood geek here doing another action figure re-review. Finishing our Fantastic Four, Fantastic Four week. This is, as of this recording, it's Monday of next week, March 25th. But yeah, our finishing our final part. I will be re-reviewing the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four gift set with Doctor Doom and a few other, like some minifigures, a few other miscellaneous accessories. As you can see behind me, my I have the Walmart exclusive Heroes Reborn gift set. I probably won't do any comparisons because it's really the same figures, just different costumes. Like I said, the Johnny Storm Human Torch is translucent. The other one I will show is not. The Thing, he's wearing his trench coat and hat and fedora, and his mouth is closed. He just has a stern look. The other one, he's showing his teeth. He looks like he's ready to fight. Um, Excuse me, but I might show the Mr. Fantastic with the lab coat. So I might do that, but yeah. Um, so yeah, without further ado, let's crack these guys open. So as you can see, I think I mentioned this was kind of an impulse buy. Honestly, I've been trying to sell this off. My biggest challenge with that is, like I said, it's the old set. So really, only someone who really wants it or collects these older figures are really going to buy it. I said in the last video, if anyone's interested, let me know. I'm willing to sell this off to anyone who's interested. Um, and this is kind of an impulse buy. I honestly was content with uh, I was content with the box set version. Well, I mean, with the Walmart version, which just comes with the four members of the team. And I just bought this just impulse, just buying when I was just randomly buying stuff. Um, but like I said, another issue is getting a box big enough for this to go into. Because yeah, as you see, says special poster book included. We get Doctor Doom, which is a variant, which is nice. Here's Human Torch. I really like him. He technically this Human Torch is also a variant because the carded carded version Marvel Legends Human Torch, his head was on fire and he had the flames coming from his head and all that stuff. So he was fully flamed up. This one is like halfway flamed up. Mr. Fantastic with his lab coat, Invisible Woman, Herbie, their robot assistant, Franklin Richards, who has a 4. His T-shirt has 4.5 on it, which I think is awesome and cute and hilarious. And then we have the Thing. It's probably the best figure. Him and Doctor Doom are probably the best two figures. Um, you have the back, which we see all this awesome artwork. I forgot the name of the artist who did a lot of this, but I think he was drawing, the story, the comic, the Fantastic Four stories during that time. Um, there's a big bio. Uh, I guess why not? I didn't read the last one. I don't know if it came up that well. As you can also see, real quick, it has like their stats and stuff like that. That's really cool. Again, the level of detail and quality we got in these figures back in the day um, was insane. And like I said, we don't really get stuff like this no more. Like if Hasbro was to do something like this, it would probably be an exclusive. Like I said, Comic Con exclusive. It would be expensive if they were to do something like this. I don't know how much this went for back in the day, but I would not think it. I don't think it would have been $100. Could be wrong. I don't know. It says Reed Richards, Sue Richards, Benjamin Graham, Johnny Storm, all adventurers at heart. And this is a really solid description of the Fantastic Four. Um, they rocketed into space in an experimental starship. At first, the first humans to attempt interstellar travel, but a freak encounter with cosmic rays changed their lives forever, granting each unique powers. Yes, financed by the profits from Marie's inventions, Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, the Thing, and the Human Torch turned tragedy into triumph. Uh, from that day forward, they began new lives as a family and a team. The Fantastic Four ushered in the age of Marvel's pioneers of science. They were the world's first Imaginauts. Okay, the Fantastic Four are not superheroes in the traditional sense. They don't fight crime or patrol the streets of the city. They're astronauts, envoys, and explorers, trailblazers, challenging the unknown. The Fantastic Four have discovered hidden civilizations and secret nations, initiated human contact with alien races, and breached parallel dimensions. That's cool. That's true. The greatest squad of superhuman adventures ever assembled. They continue to push the bounds of human exploration, and whatever dangers they face as a family. Yes, that was a long this was a long description, but it was good. This was a very well written description that gave you a brief synopsis of who they are and what they stand for and their family dynamic, all that cool stuff. So I really like that. It's really cool. So yeah, let's get this open. Yeah, so fun fact for anybody who doesn't know, I think there's a few documentaries on Fantastic Four. Originally, Stan Lee was going to leave the comic book business. He wasn't having a lot of luck with it, and he was like, you know what, maybe it's time for me to change careers. But his wife, Joan, told him that, give it another try. This is something you're really passionate about. Just like I said, just give it another go. So he did, and he created the Fantastic Four. And like I said, it was successful. I'm not sure. I think the original comic run has there's the inside. This is a big box. Had I don't know if it had close to 200 issues, but it had a lot of issues. A lot. Here they are. Oh, something fell out. Oh, it was a twist tie. Yeah, so you know what? Let's start off with Doctor Doom. I'm just gonna take them out one by one. Let's start off with Doctor Doom. So like I said, he gave it a try, and let me see. I'm gonna sit this box. All right, there we go. Yeah. So, like I said, he gave it another try. Came out with the Fantastic Four, very successful, and from there, we got let's see, back it up a little bit. We got X-Men, Iron Man, Hulk, Spider-Man, all those classic, I think Thor, yeah, all those classic superheroes. And some people may not know, technically, Captain America was the first Marvel hero, but the Fantastic Four was the first official Marvel heroes. Yeah. So Doom is cool. Of course, it's an older figure. Can you do the splits? No, I guess I can't do the splits. Oh, but he has some decent articulation. Of course, his figure is dated. It's almost a 20-year-old action figure. See some paint on his cape in there, which isn't a big deal. The cape is nice. The cape is cool. Like I said, articulation is decent. I mean, it's Doctor Doom. You're not really gonna get him into a lot of really dynamic poses. I mean, it for the time it worked. So classic Toy Biz articulation. Toy Biz 2004, made in China. So like I was saying, if it wasn't for the Fantastic Four, we wouldn't have the Marvel Universe. We wouldn't have this big Marvel franchise company if that series didn't take off. And that's crazy, I'm genuinely looking forward to the new movie that's coming out next year. Like I said, yeah, Doctor Doom, one of the greatest villains in all of comics and all of Marvel. Every adaptation of him has not been the best. I mean, if you're not going to count cartoons, movie wise, excuse me, movie wise, no. Even though I did the early 2000 movies, I did like him in those. He was kind of more like a Lex Luthor than a Doctor Doom, really. Um, and yeah. um, see his hands can rotate, wrist can rotate. The classic Toy Biz Marvel articulation. Um, like the arms can go in and out. I mean, he's posable. You know, he's decently posable. I don't have a lot of villains since I've sold off a handful of a lot of stuff. I don't have a lot of villains. I mean, I have Marvel wise. Then I just have Doctor Doom, three different versions of Loki. I like Loki. Um, that's kind of it. I had a couple other villain characters, but like I said, kind of sold those off. Um, you see, he comes with a pistol, which is really really cool. But it's kind of, I guess you could kind of like try to put his pointing finger through the hole. I'm not going to force it. It comes with his pistol. You see how it kind of looks warped, unfortunately. But it's nice quality. It's nice quality pistol. So that's neat. That's neat. Um, it's a classic Doctor Doom figure. Now I had the 2019 set, which was like they were all black and blue. Came with Super Skrull Build-A-Figure, She-Hulk, and Doctor Doom. That was a really good quality Doctor Doom. I think he even came with an alternate head. That was a really good Doctor Doom. All those figures were great, but I sold them. I sold them as a set to somebody maybe around Christmas time or something. Because, like I said, I just had them in storage. I had all these figures in storage, but um, yeah, I just had them in storage. I was like, you know what? Let me just, I enjoyed them while I had them, but like, let me just go ahead and make some money. Ironically, I sold that modern set, but I kept the old Toy Biz set because, again, I just really like that. Those are my Fantastic Four toys. I really, really like the aesthetic of those older figures. Um, yes, the cape is removable. Probably could get like a cloth cape now and make him look more authentic with a cloth cape. Kind of surprised they didn't give him that in the first place. Um, Here he is, and this is cool. He has these little rocket pieces on the back, which is really neat. That's dope. So here he is. Like I said, this figure is old, but he has a lot of charm to him. Put the gun back, and like I said, if I have him in a pose, I can have him pointing, doing something dynamic. Something dynamic. I don't think he has. Oh, he does have the waist swivels. That's good. Oh, so his mask came off. You see this version. His face is scarred. Here what it looks like on the inside. So the eyes are just molded. His face is scarred, and he does look bad, in a good way. Like he looks like Deadpool without his mask, like Freddy Krueger or something. So yeah, I mean it's a good face, but it's ugly, it's scarred. Um, so I don't know how well like this clips into place. I don't know, but it does sit on there decently. I'm sure you could probably hold the mask. So yeah, Doctor Doom. Like I said, solid figure, dated, but it still has its charm, still holds up. That's Doctor Doom. Put him to the side. Do Johnny. Um, Again, because of how he's positioned in the box, I think this mold, this figure is kind of warped. I mean, look at his, yeah, so look at his, like, look at those legs. He's warped. Um, but, excuse me. Um, Again, he's fine. Like I said, I like the sculpt. I like the posability. Um, like this is a character you usually see flying or hovering. So yeah, I've seen people do stop motions with this box set, which is cool. So again, um, I just like the aesthetic of the translucent one. The translucent one you can see the joints, so like a darker red. Yeah, I just like the aesthetic of the other one, but this one's cool. This one I like this one. Um, Ironically, so let's talk about real quick. I forgot to mention a cartoon. There was an original cartoon about this boy. I think it was produced by Hanna-Barbera. This boy, he had these rings, and he would like punch them together like that. He like Benji Grimm, do your thing. He would say some silly catchphrase, and he would turn to the thing. Um, wow, that's super wild. I'm gonna have to see if I can find an episode. I know there's clips on YouTube. I have to see if I can find an episode. That just blows my mind. I guess you could consider that a Fantastic Four spinoff. Um, but like I said, he's cool. Um, Again, the face sculpt is still nice. I think there's a little bit more detail on the head with the other version, but you know, it's cool. Um, this neck piece, okay, neck piece is kind of rotated. It does look a little funny how his head just sits on this thick neck piece. This is kind of funny to me. But like I said, Johnny, cool. He's fine. Uh, let's get to Mr. Fantastic. Just pulling these guys out. I will show the. I'll try to show the poster book at the end. So I love when they would do this, when they would give characters cloth accessories. No, Hasbro doesn't do that. I don't know if it's just too expensive. I know with certain figures, the designers are given a budget. So if something doesn't meet the budget, it gets cut. Don't know how all that works. Now compared to the other Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman, I think maybe this set, at least like the paint on this set, may be a little bit better. The lab coat, again, it's fine. I really dig it. It just adds to his character. Same posability, ankle, feet, toe joint, double joint knees, ball jointed hips, waist rotation, arms can go 360, move around. Let's see, the 4 logo is good. I really don't see a reason to take off the jacket, but I did say I wanted to see how the other Mr. Fantastic looked with it. I'm thinking of buying another lab coat for my other Mr. Fantastic. There's one on eBay for like $20. And I just feel like that's a little too much. You know, everything's overpriced. It's a little too much to pay for a generic lab coat. Like if it was 15, okay, 15. See, it has a loose string right there. See the inside of the jacket. Like I said, it was $15. Okay, I could deal with that. But 20, come on, man. um, I don't know if he has the same. I think he does. Okay, so I think these hands are removable, but he, like I say, he didn't come with any interchangeable arms. So let's see. Yeah, I just kind of like the paint on this guy a little bit more. Quality, I like the way it feels compared to the other version. But there he is. Let's get him with. So I will show. I'll just do this comparison. So here's the Heroes Reborn version. So the hair looks to be a little bit darker on this one than this one. Let's see if I can get them to give each other a handshake. Sort of. Sort of. So real quick, so we will show the other Mr. Fantastic with lab coat. This is going on 21 minutes, so the last handful of videos have been long. This one might be a little long as well. And like I said, I like the class. I like that navy blue and white. I really do. But again, I just like these figures a little bit more. Like I said, because it's just the four of them. It's just the four of them. And like I said, they kind of come with different accessories. So, see, pull the sleeve down. Yeah. That looks cool. Here he is with his hammer arm. Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. Like I said, the cloth accessories just add more to the figure, to the posability, to the display options. Like all that stuff. So yeah. I mean, I could just display him with this uh, lab coat, but like I said, whenever I sell this other set, I would prefer, like I said, I would prefer to keep it the way I got it. So I'm debating, like I might take the poster book out, maybe, or something. Yeah, I might take the poster book out and put it in the other set that did not come with one. So we'll see. Or like I said, I might just buy another. I might sell both of these sets and just repurchase another Walmart exclusive box set that comes with the poster book. So I don't know. We'll see. Here he is back with his lab coat on. Like I said, the lab coat just adds to the figure, to the display options, adds to the character, all that stuff. So hopefully I can sit him back. Well, fiddle with them when I get finished. So yes, let's go over the video games as we move to our next member of the family. I'll get them out. Yes, Sue. So in total, there's like 5 video games. There's one, I mentioned it before. There's one for the PlayStation. Again, I just like the paint. I like the quality. I like how these figures feel. Like just how the paint feels on the figure compared to the Sue and Reed on those Heroes Reborn uh, variants. I just like these more. Um, I am seeing a little bit of differences. Like Reed's hair was darker on the other set, is lighter on the one with the lab coat. Let me see them together. Let's see. Yeah, it's cool. Have them have their arms around each other. That's cute. Like I say, you could kind of pose them in a family type of pose, all four of them if you wanted to. So that's cute. Um, like I said, so hmm, old school plastic. That's what they smell like. So like I said, I can see some differences. Their faces are pretty much the same, but like I said, the hair seems to be a little bit darker on her. It's lighter on the Heroes Reborn version. Johnny's hair has a little bit more detail on that version. So yeah, did not mean to do that. Uh, so as I was saying, the games. Um, there were four in total. No, not four. There was a handful. One for the PlayStation One, which unfortunately I might try that one out. That has a reputation for being one of the worst Marvel games, like an early adaptation of just a bad quality Marvel game. Um, really sucks because the soundtrack slaps for that, but the game itself is kind of mediocre. We had a PlayStation 2 game based off the first movie. I haven't played that one yet, but it for the most part still holds up. It's still a decent quality fun game, beat 'em up with puzzle elements and stuff like that. There's a Game Boy version of the first movie, which is like a pocket version of the PlayStation 2 game. Beat that about a week ago. That was a lot of. I was surprised how much fun that Game Boy game was. I really wish I grew up with that back in the day. We also got a spin-off Game Boy game with Johnny called Fantastic Four Flame On, where you only play as Johnny Storm. Now, I'm not against that, but I feel like if you make a Fantastic Four game, you need like all four of the characters would make up the game. Like you can't just play as one of them; you have to play as all of them. You know. But I think they did that to appeal to the younger demographic. And I've heard good things about that game. Like it's a hidden gem. Like it's a hidden gem. Um, so I I play a little bit of it. I might try to give it a go, beat it all the way through all that fun stuff. Um, it was a PS2 and Xbox game based off the second movie, Rise of the Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer. That game is kind of also considered mediocre, but I've been playing the PS2 version and I actually really like it. It's just, um, excuse me, Ultimate Alliance, but without, but you only play as the Fantastic Four, which is kind of funny. There was one for the DS, but it's kind of considered, mediocre as well. Like I play again. I've tried to try out all the Fantastic Four games. The DS version based off Rise of the Silver Surfer. It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's just kind of like it's just kind of meh. Like if you're a little kid and you're playing it, I think you'd have fun with it, but it doesn't really add a lot. Like I don't know if it's not just really not any replay value to it. Like once you beat it, it's kind of one and done unless you just really really like that game. Um, I grew up back in the day with the plug and play, which was you get like two AA, AAA batteries, four battery AA batteries. You put it in a joystick type game, and you plug it up to the TV, and there you go. I had a lot of those. I had the Fantastic Four one for many years, and I really wish I kept it, but I gave it away. So I might rebuy that at some point to have as collectible and to replay that game. We played all four levels, I think, with bosses. Cool. Had an awesome soundtrack. I grew up with that one. So, um, yeah. Um, so yeah, I think it's a rundown. Sadly, all the games are kind of, kind of, forgettable. Sadly, except for maybe the first game based off the first movie. So yeah. She has solid posability. Again, I just love the paint. I love how the paint feels on this figure and Mr. Fantastic a lot better than the other two. Again, great posability. Toy Biz didn't really do a good job with female figures, but I think this mold has one of the better ones. I also, my Black Widow, my Marvel Legends Black Widow also has this body mold as well. Again, I like her face. She has a very motherly, I said in my other video, she has a very motherly feel to her. You can get her in a lot of awesome poses. So this set also had a variant where she was completely translucent. And Johnny was translucent like the other one. That's cool. I believe she's the strongest member of the team, ironically, which is funny because I was watching the Boomerang 19, the Hanna-Barbera one from the 60s, late 60s, and I thought it was funny how they found ways to make her come off as a damsel, yet she knew judo in that version, and she had superpowers, and she ended up becoming the strongest member of the group. I just think that was funny. It was cold. So here we have the Thing, who, we've got a lot of Thing figures in the span of 80 years. This figure's cold. I don't know why. Like I said, we've got a lot of Thing figures in the last 80 years. That Hasbro one that I sold off with the other set, with the set of figures, that was a really, really good quality figure. I really love that one. We've gotten some slightly better Toy Biz versions of the Thing. The biggest issue with him is, like I said, this crotch area is dated. It just goes back and forth. Yes, the thighs rotate, which is nice. So you can get him into some decent poses, but again, it's kind of limited. Like okay, like if you hold the leg straight down, like he can only have his feet. His legs can only stand out like that. So like I said, the other version, the House of M version, has the ball jointed thigh, whatever, in this area is ball jointed. That figure I think is 10 times better than this one, but yeah, like I said, great finger articulation. It would go great with my Toy Biz Planet Hulk. It was just a re-release, a Hasbro re-release, but it's the Toy Biz Hulk body mold. Again, I really like this one. The only difference is his face. The only difference, this is back when we didn't get interchangeable heads, hands. Like that is such a big deal now with figures, especially with the Marvel Legend toys. It's such a big deal to have alternate heads and faces and stuff like that. Like if you get a Wolverine and he has a closed mouth face and then he has a face. Like that as a collector and to have an action figure, that's a big deal to have a variety when you're displaying and posing, playing with the toy. So we really didn't get that back then. It was just one set was different than the other set, or but I really dig this set. I mean, yeah, I do. I said I really dig this set, but I do really like this thing. He's still a lot of fun. Again, you can get him into a lot of poses. I've seen old school animators use this thing for stop motion and stuff like that. You know, he has his it's clobbering time type of look on his face. Like I said, still solid posability. Like I said, this figure, yeah, he's a little dated, but he's still a solid figure. And I mean, you look at him and you instantly know, if you know your superheroes, you instantly know who this is. You know, the designers, sculptors did a great job with this figure. You instantly know who this is. That face is awesome. That face is Ben Grimm, the Thing, just all over. I love it. I really do. Like I said, probably the best figure out of the set, honestly, as far as quality and scale. I mean, he's a big fig basically, and all the other characters are just normal size figures. So don't want this to be too long because it's going on 35 minutes. It'll be 36 minutes. Here is Franklin Richards. Here he is with his mom. So Franklin does not look like this at all now. He has like black hair. He kind of looks Asian, to be honest. But here he is with his parents. But still, it was really cool for them. This, again, the family dynamic. It was so cool for them to add him into the set. And he's a charming little figure. Again, minifigure. Arms can go 360. He has waist articulation. Legs can go in and out. He's this very funny, awkwardly sculpted. Like, he looks like a little person. Head can go 360. Like, his hairstyle is the same as Sue, which I think it was like that in the comics. Blue eyes. He just has a derpy. I love his shirt. I love the t-shirt, but he just looks like he has a derpy little facial expression, like a confused look, which is funny. But again, that's so dope that we got their son, who has crazy power. Like, he's like a Omega level Marvel character. So, let's see. So we get Herbie. One of the Hasbro Marvel Legend waves came with a Herbie, which is much better than this one. I like this one, but he looks super dated, super dated, super dated. Head can go 360. I do kind of wish that set came with him. Yeah, why not? You know, I wish that set came with him, but the legs can move a little bit. He has a hole at the bottom, and I think that's for this. Crazy enough, we came with this, but none of the characters, you know, I mean, Sue has a hole in the back of her, but it's not enough, you know, room for this to even fit in there to even hold her up. Johnny doesn't have one. Dr. Doom doesn't have one. Like I said, Herbie's cool. So the only other thing I see is Herbie, and you know, like, the peg hole barely fits in there. Like, it's kind of snug. But I guess this was the only reason we got it, was for Herbie. Cool, I guess have him like in the background behind, you know, like behind the Thing, behind the characters, to hide this display stand. It's still cool we got it, but it's just kind of weird. Cool. So like I said, you got a lot. I really wish I knew how much this was for on retail, but he's fine. And lastly, we have Mr. Fantastic as a ball. So we came with something that represents his powers. Like I said, he did not come with his stretchy arms, but it seems that the arms are swappable. So I could, if I really tried hard enough, I could remove these forearms, and swap them with the other one. Yeah, so it was cool to get this that represents his powers, him turning to a bouncy ball, and the 4 on that side. The face, I mean, the face on the it's just a little plastic ball. That's not a bouncy ball, sadly. It looks very dated. Again, it just looks very very dated. But it was 2004 or whatever. I mean, this was a lot. This was a lot for 2004 standards. Um, then we have, yeah, I didn't bother to remove the stands from there, but you see all the four stands, and we have Doctor Doom, which is really nice. I like, the back, the little cardboard piece has the little four logos in the back. So here is our poster book that the other set did not come with. You see on the back of here, Phoenix. I'm not sure that might be a prototype. Deadpool. Still, honestly, really like to have this Deadpool. Again, Toy Biz mold still holds up. Still, all these years later, superposable. It's really really cool. It comes with an unmasked head. That figure is super expensive on the secondhand market. That Juggernaut. When we've gotten a lot of better Juggernauts since that one, but again, this figure still holds up, and it was like $10 back in the day. Cable is cool. That I still like to get that Wolverine. I mean, I have the Hasbro one, which is awesome, but that classic Toy Biz one just has a certain charm to it. And then we get the Thomas Jane Punisher from the movie, and that's cool. And I think all the poster books that my figures came with back in the day, great artwork. I still have. I may have had this Spider-Man at some point. Excuse me. Like I said, I mean, Fantastic Four are just really cool characters, and if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for the series being successful, we wouldn't have gotten the Marvel Universe. Like, a lot was established in the Marvel Universe from Fantastic Four. Yeah, more arts. It's a lot of great illustrations here. And I'm not sure if these were like intended to like tear out and display them on your wall. No, I would not do that. I just like seeing them. I mean, it's a poster book. I just go into the poster book. See on the cover. That's dope. Thing. Awesome artwork of the Thing. Kind of looks like he has that, like his pants kind of represent how the movie thing outfit looked. Really love this Johnny. Really love this. It's weird seeing him with the chain on his pants, khaki pants, belt, muscle shirt, tank top look with the necklace. It's different. I dig it. Really like this one, the classic blue and white. Mr. Fantastic, Doctor Doom looks awesome. More awesome Doctor Doom. Like I said, one of the greatest villains in all of comics, absolutely. I believe this is based off, like, this uniform look is based off Ultimate Fantastic Four. I actually want to give a read because the Ultimate version, they're like young people, teenagers, so curious, how that one holds up. And here's another one with them. Dope. All these look dope. So here is the set, but this is like a prototype. You see Mr. Fantastic does not have his jacket. How they're displayed in here is different. Thing looks like lighter. It doesn't have that the paint wash on him. Oh yeah, cool. Franklin, you might not really be able to see, but Franklin has His color is like a darker blue, like a royal blue. He's wearing jeans instead of green pants. Um, that's really cool. Um, so, like I said, seeing this back in the day, as a child, I wanted to have this so badly. I also want to have this. Spider-Man Sinister Six, Spider-Man, Black Cat, Electro, Goblin, Craven, I believe. Uh, yeah, Doctor Octopus, Venom, Spider-Man, like all those figures for the most part, except maybe Black Cat, Doctor Octopus, still hold up. I would love to have that, but that's like close to $600, $300, $400 on the secondhand market. So maybe one day I'll be able to get it. Um, yeah. So awesome. Like I said, there are so many Fantastic Four figures. And it really just depends on you, the individual, the collector, what you like, what to you what figure speaks to you as like, okay, this is how I see the characters. This is the representation of them I would want in my own collection, whatever. For me, like I said, it's that box set. I just really, really like that box set. It just really appeals to me. Um, like I said, the Hasbro 2019 black and blue uniform figures were awesome. We got like a retro wave based off the animated series, I think. We had a Walgreens exclusive wave. Uh, like I said, Franklin and Valeria just got figures, and then they're releasing a Wolverine and Spider-Man uniform, team uniform, Fantastic Four figures, 2-pack, which is cool. It's dope. So yeah, like I said, the Mezco, which in my opinion is probably the best versions of the characters as action figures. But again, it's like I don't know. That's maybe like $200 or something. It's really expensive. Um, but these old school figures have a lot of charm to them. I mean, this is all you had back then. Outside of like the '90s toys. Um, I said, oh, I recommend them. I recommend them. These are a lot of fun, very charming. Definitely worth your time. Yeah. Next review might be on something new. We will see. Might still be something Marvel superhero related. So stay tuned for that. Yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. And if you stayed this long for this 48-minute video, I highly appreciate it. Thank you. Peace, you guys.